by the level of pure evil that has transpired when our suspect brutally murdered an innocent woman and a young child. About 5:30 this evening, we receive a 911 call when a roommate who also lives in the mobile home down the road here came home and found our victims. Deputies arrived on scene and immediately discovered that it was an extremely gruesome scene. Gruesome scene. An adult female laying in the backyard of the house in her own puddle of blood. A bloody handprint that we believe is hers as she was fighting for her life, trying to escape the violence that was occurring inside this mobile home. This gruesome scene got even worse when the deputies made entry into the residence and found a small child brutally murdered. Brutally murdered. These two innocent victims were beaten to death by blunt force trauma. Around 3:40 this afternoon, as we're doing our neighborhood survey, we learned that the neighbor did hear the scream, a female scream. They didn't contact law enforcement because they say that this wasn't something out of the ordinary. We believe that our suspect fled on foot. Yes, he is dangerous. He has killed somebody who he was romantically involved with. He has killed his own child. Where are we at now? State Attorney Lopez is on scene. Our search warrant has been approved. We are now just starting to piece everything together of what has transpired inside and outside of this mobile home. As you can see, we have a large contingency of law enforcement in the area. Our helicopter, our aviation unit is out here, our K-9 unit, and numerous deputies and detectives as we continue to canvass this area. Our suspect is Angel Kuschak, an Hispanic male, 31 years of age. Angel, if you're listening, hear me loud and clear. Turn yourself in. Do yourself and this community a favor and turn yourself in, and turn yourself in now, because I promise you, there is nowhere where you can hide that we won't find you. Again, extremely preliminary, but I'll be more than glad to share any information that I have. Is there anything that I can answer at this point?
What do we know about the suspect? Can you talk to us about what we know about him?
Not a lot. We have learned that the three of them have recently moved here as recent as 7 months ago from Guatemala. We don't know or have a bunch of details. Again, we just recently discovered his date of birth. We hope to gain more information now that we've made entry into the residence.
Do we know how old the child is? Like an age?
We think, and again, don't hold me to it, maybe 4 or 5 years of age.
And can you release, like,
A small female child.
can you release details on, like, what object he might have used?
Again, too soon. It's not that I would withhold it. We just don't know it yet. Again, the search warrant has just been approved. We have just made entry into the residence. So we have a large crime scene that we now have to process a lot of evidence and try to learn that information. That's part of what we're trying to piece together here, and we'll be here throughout the night doing.
Sheriff, any idea on how many people live in the house? I know you said an additional roommate called 911.
Great question. We don't. We know that there's 2 families that live there at least. We don't know more than that right now. Again, as we're piecing this together, we have detectives interviewing the different roommates, trying to figure out exactly who lives here. We're still trying to positively identify the relationship and the family dynamic that we have here.
Did they have gunshot injuries, or was it blunt force trauma?
No, this was a brutal murder, blunt force trauma. This individual killed these 2 poor, helpless, innocent victims by blunt force trauma.
You mentioned a handprint. Can you talk about where that handprint was and also the age of the woman?
Yeah, the handprint was on the side of the mobile home. It looked like she was trying to escape the violence that was occurring inside at the hands of our suspect, and trying to escape with her life out of the residence. And she had touched the side of the mobile home or the side of the mobile home as she was escaping. We don't have her date of birth yet. Again, not intentionally, not releasing information. We don't have her positively ID'd. I'd be irresponsible if I tried to make any type of guesstimate at this time.
Do we know if he got away in a car or on foot?
You'll have to try it one more time.
Do you know if he escaped the scene in a car or on foot?
Yeah, through our investigation so far, we have confirmed that he fled on foot through the strawberry fields and into the wooded area here in the area. We believe he's still in the area, and hence why you see such a large contingency of law enforcement, as this search will continue until we're able to put this suspect behind bars where he'll never have the opportunity to harm another human being. Yes, and we've made contact with residents here to make sure that they know, listen, don't answer the door for anybody and stay inside. So we're doing that, and with your help, thank you to each and every one of you. Continue to put information out. Yes, this person is dangerous. We're going to do our best to try to get him off the streets as quickly and expeditiously as we can.
Do you know if he's legally here? If he's here legally?
Again, don't know that. Don't know their immigration status. We just recently learned his date of birth as I was walking up here. Once we identify everyone, we'll certainly work with our federal partners and determine if they're lawfully here, how they entered the country, and those type of factors and circumstances leading up here till tonight.
When do you expect residents to be able to return to their homes?
I'm sorry, you have to.
When can residents return to their homes?
You can return to your homes now. They can return to their homes. We'll escort them to the home. We will absolutely search their home to make sure it's safe for them and their loved ones to be inside the home. But yes, we haven't asked anyone to leave the neighborhood or leave the area. We'll be out here throughout the night.
Can you talk about the radius in terms of the search? How long has he been on the run? What's the span of the search?
We believe that this homicide might have occurred when the screams happened around 3:40. We got the 911 call around 5:30. We know just the timeline alone that he got a good head start on us. But again, that's nothing we can't overcome through technology, aviation, and a lot of hard work and determination. And that's why all of us will be out here throughout the night.
The woman and the child, is it a mother and her child? You mentioned that the suspect is romantically involved with the woman. What is the relationship?
We believe so. We believe that our suspect was romantically involved with the adult female that we've located, and that this small child was his child. Again, I can't say with 100% confidence, but that's what we believe at this point.
Sheriff, I know that you said that the person said they didn't call 911 because they'd heard noises like that coming from that home before. Have you all responded to that residence in the past?
We have not. We have no history of calls for service here at this residence.
Sheriff, how are the deputies doing with such a horrific scene?
Yeah, as you can imagine, when our deputies, the men and women, have to respond to calls for service, and they have to endure a gruesome scene like this, it takes a toll on them. That toll becomes 100 times worse when there's a child involved.
Any other questions? Sheriff, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.